me start with a truth that nobody tells you. Rock bottom does not feel like a lesson. It feels like death. It feels like the whole world is crumbling on your shoulders. It feels like failure. It feels like the world has decided to strip you of everything: your presence, your job, your dreams, your independence, or maybe even your hope. And for a pretty long time, I believe that was the end of me. But here's the thing, it was not the end, it was only just the beginning. The beginning of understanding who I actually am, not what the world says, not what my parents say, society, or my friends, not what they told me to be. Today I'm going to take you with me through that collapse. It was a crazy experience, and I promise by the end of this video you will not be the same. You might hate me, you might feel uncomfortable. Good, that's exactly the point. So let's get right into it. Have you ever lost everything all at once? Have you ever lost your job, your independence, your sense of identity, and you fell into debt all at once? And then you had to go back to the places you left. You went back home to that space that felt safe, and it kind of looked like, okay, that place is challenging. It's suffocating me. It's driving me nuts. And it's driving me crazy. And what would make situations like that worse would be that you will not just be failing in the world, you will be failing yourself. And somehow you would be forced to live on approval for as long as possible. Or maybe you have been living on approval for as long as you can remember, either from your friends, from your parents, from your partners, from strangers online sometimes. And when life demands or demanded that you show up for yourself truly, fully, uncompromisingly, you cannot or you couldn't. Why? Because first off, you don't even know who you are at that point. You run, you freeze, and you hide. Some days you honestly think maybe it's easier to stop trying, to stop creating, to stop being available. And I know a lot of you listening, you have been there too. Or probably you are there right now. The silence of your safe space or your apartment, it feels heavier than judgment from outside. The invisible clock that ticks and you question why you're even trying. And the worst part is nobody tells you this is normal. Why? Because everybody is smiling outside. Everybody is posting. They're traveling. They're doing this. Everybody is pretending. Meanwhile, right inside you, on the other hand, you are crumbling. That, my friend, is rock bottom. And that is terrifying. That is crazy as hell. Now, at some point, I was suicidal. I felt trapped. I questioned if I deserved to survive. I felt like a ghost living someone else's body. And it wasn't just one thing. It was layers and layers of different things: death, isolation, fear, and every single thing that I had been ignoring about myself for years finally just caught up. It's like it just swamped up on me all at once from a little opening. It was chaos, total chaos. And you know the worst part? It was quiet. It was the stillness that screamed so loud at me. Nobody saw it. I looked okay. I hid it. Oh, trust me. And that's exactly how despair grows, in silence. But in all the madness, all the breeziness and craziness, here's what I learned. See the face of collapse? That was not punishment. That was a mirror. Rock bottom showed me what I'd been ignoring all my life. First, it showed me so much my approval addiction. How much of me was actually me? How much of me was performing for someone else's comfort? Crazy. I'd been saying yes for decades, yes to my parents, yes to lovers, yes to expectations, while saying no to myself. There were points in my life where I actually betrayed myself. And self-betrayal is one of the craziest things that could ever happen to anybody, because from there, you will have identity erosion. You will not know who you are, who you're living for, what you're meant to do. So I would never advise you to betray yourself. Keep the promises that you have made to yourself. Every other person will catch up. And self-betrayal is quite exhausting. It eats you, eats your identity, slowly, quietly, until you don't even recognize your own reflection. And secondly, it also revealed my comfort addiction. I'd been hiding in the safety of predictability, running from every inconvenience. This year, somebody I was speaking to brought it up twice. I think it wasn't so much of an accusatory statement. It was like, okay, this is what I've noticed about you. And for a long time, I thought I was past that, right? But sadly, it wasn't. And I was like, oh my God, I thought I've moved past this. I thought I've outgrown this. But I think that at the slightest discomfort, I just run. And really, that was it. Even when I knew I needed to grow, I just ran. I procrastinated. Jesus Christ of Nazareth. I procrastinated a whole lot. Oh my God. And I just found little very unnecessary things to just distract myself with. And the whole nervous system collapsed. It stripped all my comfort away. Suddenly, there was no place to hide. And that is terrifying. But that is also very necessary. And most importantly, it showed me avoidance. I'm not an avoidant in that sense. But what I discovered was that I'd been avoiding the truth about myself, the truth about my emotions, my debts, my dreams. Avoidance is very subtle, right? It is not dramatic, there's no loudness. It's just living a half life and pretending that it's enough. And rock bottom refused to let me pretend anymore. I had no choice but to confront myself and face the consequences of every action and inaction that I took. So here's the lesson. If you're listening right now and you feel stuck, you feel broken, or like the world has abandoned you, just take a deep breath. You are not broken. You're just exposed. And exposure is uncomfortable, but it is where your growth begins. Your identity does not expand. It does not evolve in comfort. It expands in confrontation. So how do you rise when you've fallen so far? You start small. Don't beat yourself up. You start small. For me, I rebuilt myself by leaning into support, not pretending I could do it alone. I could not. At some point, I just had to speak to people. Look, I'm going crazy. I think I'm going to die. I just think I'm going to die at some point. Yeah. I allowed myself to be helped. I listened. I received guidance. I took advice. And believe me, it might not have been in the best scenarios or best cases, but it worked. And it is working. And it's helping. Next, I just had to create micro-wins for myself. Small, consistent actions that reminded me I was doing something. That reminded me I was capable and that I can live through this. Just a little income here and there. A little progress there. Nothing flashy, but something substantial. Something tangible. Then I had to find a way to implement structure. I committed to showing up for myself consistently. I did not betray myself. I didn't run away. And you know what happened? Every small step reinforced my ownership of my life. So every small step you take in building yourself will reinforce ownership of your life. And every choice reminded me, look, you are accountable. Not your parents, not society, not anyone else but you and you. And in all of this, what was the biggest revelation? Emotional stability is power. I didn't need hype. If for anything, I needed so much money, not hype. I didn't need validation. I didn't need a dramatic comeback. I just needed calm and clarity. And slowly, quietly, the chaos receded. I started to hear myself. I started to feel myself and get myself back. The same people who once told me I was too much. Oh, you're too sensitive. Or, come on, you're incapable. They didn't recognize me no more. And that is what exactly transformation looks like. So here's what I want you to take away from this. 1. Rock bottom is exposure, not punishment. And it is good exposure. 2. Discomfort is a compass pointing to your growth. Don't treat it like the universe is against you or your village people have ganged up against you to make your life exceedingly great and exceedingly difficult. Sometimes it's really not your village people. Discomfort is a compass pointing to your growth. Number 3, approval addiction, avoidance, comfort. These are the traps you must see clearly. And sometimes we are so blinded by the present that we don't even see that we are living in those things. We are leaning towards approval addiction. We are leaning towards avoiding confrontation, avoiding situations. You're leaning so much on comfort, like you are just so comfortable where you are. I don't know why. Somebody once said something. One of the best ways, or one way that you can be motivated enough to get yourself out of whatever crazy circle you are in, is if you are dissatisfied, and I could not agree less. You have to be dissatisfied with where you are to be able to make progress. So if you're okay staying in debt, living in debt, you owe so much money, you want to stay there, you will not be motivated to move. If you're okay living where you are very much satisfied, you don't aim for anything bigger, there's no preaching, there's no sermon on the face of this goddamn earth that will make you wake up and take a decision to leave that place. No. So you must first be dissatisfied with the fact that you're always seeking approval. You are so approval addicted. You are so much of an avoidant, and you are so comfortable being mediocre. You have to be dissatisfied and run away from those traps. Number 4, ownership is the only antidote. You show up consistently. For who? For yourself. Say with me, for myself. Good. Now I have a challenge for you. For you listening and watching this. What is one thing in your life that you have been tolerating because it is comfortable? What is one thing you've been avoiding because it's inconvenient? And decide this week that you will confront it. You want to grow. The year is early, so don't give me an excuse. You want to grow, you will confront it, you will act, you will own it, you will lead yourself. Small action, very big signal. One decision repeated is more powerful than 1,000 words of motivation. What I say? One decision repeated is more powerful than 1,000 words of motivation. So quit the words of motivation and act on a decision. Act on something that you have decided to do. And here's the truth you need to hear. No one can give you permission to live fully, and nobody is coming to save you. No one can validate your identity. You are the author, you are the writer, you are the leader, you are the witness to your own life. And yes, it is uncomfortable. Yes, it will feel like rebellion. Yes, people will misunderstand you. Who cares? Good. That means you're doing it right. I hit rock bottom. And so, who has not hit rock bottom before? And it taught me who I actually am. Not who I thought I should be, not who others wanted me to be. Who I am fully, unapologetically, responsibly. That's what this channel is about. You will show up. You have problems, you will show up. You will face discomfort, you will grow, you will own your life, and you will lead yourself. So I ask you again, what are you tolerating and what are you avoiding? Decide, act, and lead. And if you're willing to do that, even for just a little tiny weeny bit, I promise you, the next time you think you are at the bottom, you will see it as the starting line instead of the finish line. This is your life. Take it. Own it. Lead it. No excuses. No goddamn apologies. Just action. And please be real with yourself. If you're going to lie to the whole world, it's okay. It's fine. It's okay. I'm not going to judge you. But please don't lie to yourself. Don't ever tell yourself you do not have problems when you are living in problems. Be true and be honest with yourself. I will see you in the next video. I hope this video triggered you. Have an amazing day. I love you. Bye.